So the senses are there for a good reason. Now, what Sri Krishna is doing here on the chariot is he's the intellect, and the reins are the mind, and the reins need to control the senses. That's what the message we get from Sri Krishna in this picture here. So we're to control the senses by placing the mind in the intellect, which is Lord Krishna. We place the mind in the intellect. We place the mind in Sri Krishna, and then the mind will control the senses, which is easier said than done. Much easier said than done. Arjuna tells this to Sri Krishna many times in the Bhagavad Gita. He compares controlling the mind and the senses to controlling the wind, and Sri Krishna agrees to him. It's very, very hard. But there's two main ways in which Sri Krishna recommends that we control the mind, control the senses, and there's those two paths: the path of bhakti and the path of jnana. Okay, so the first path would be the path of jnana, and that's through discernment. Discernment. What does discernment mean? Discern, when you discern something, you understand something. So the path of discernment is when we recognize that pleasures from the senses are fleeting and they're not long lasting, and no object in the world has that happiness within it. The happiness is within inside us. The Vedanta will tell us that our natural state is happiness. That's our natural state. And it's desires which take us away from our natural state. That's the message of the Vedanta. So through jnana, we discern that the only really thing that can give us that happiness is the divine. It's the only lasting source of contentment and peace. Every other thing will be fleeting and will pass. It may give temporary pleasure, but it won't give lasting fulfillment, which is what we're searching for. Everyone alive is searching for that lasting contentment and peace. The other way to control the senses, Sri Krishna says, is through bhakti. And of course, bhakti is the best way. That's when we divert the senses and we engage them, we use them, but we use them for spiritual purposes. So we'll be involved in kirtan, in singing with the mouth. We can eat prasadam. We can listen to Bhagavad Gita. We can use the eyes to see the temples. We can go on pilgrimage. We can visit the holy places. And so we use the senses to spiritually advance us. And then the idea behind this is that then we will be less controlled by the senses and more in control of the senses. That's the plan. That's the idea behind those two main approaches to controlling the senses. Can we quickly look at chapter 12, verse 8? Because that's quite pertinent here. Chapter 12, verse 8. A very famous verse. Mayeva mada adat swa. Let's say it together. Hari, if I give you this, chapter 12, verse 8, that's the one we're looking at. Mayeva mada adat swa. Okay, you hold on to that. And you can read the English verse, okay? Mayeva mada adat swa. My buddhim nevishaya. Nivasi shasi mayeva. Ata udvam na samshaya. Brilliant. And what does that mean, Hari? Can you read it with her, Father?
Therefore, fix your mind on me and establish your intellect in me alone. Thereafter you will abide solely in me
Well done. Very good. Yeah. Fix the mind in me, place the intellect in me. Thereafter you shall no doubt live in me thereafter, Sri Krishna says. So he differentiates between the mind and the intellect. Fix the mind in me, place the intellect in me. Thereafter you shall no doubt live in me. You'll live in Sri Krishna. So what does it mean to live in Sri Krishna? What does it mean to live in Sri Krishna? Anybody? Who's not said anything? Everyone looks down. Fix the mind in me, place the intellect in me. We will live in the awareness that we are literally living within Ishvara. There is nothing but Ishvara. We'll live in that awareness. And Sri Ramakrishna famously said, God is in all people, but all people are not in God. And that is the cause of their suffering. So if we live in God, we'll have no suffering. So there's no better plan than to live within Krishna, which is what he suggests in there in chapter 12. But he's also illustrating that the intellect should be Sri Krishna. The intellect should be Sri Krishna, in control of the mind, controlling the senses. And the intellect in Sri Krishna would be the intellect in the Bhagavad Gita. So this becomes our knowledge, becomes our vehicle guiding our chariot in life. And that's why the Bhagavad Gita is so important. Okay. So any questions on this then at the moment?